Hey traders, today is Wednesday, February 26, 2020. This is Roberto. Today is a video on pivot points. I received quite a few emails on how to clarify how to trade with pivot points. So I'm just going to go over a few things. And so we're going to start with the trade signals, or actually the trades that were taken today on the 26th. And I chose the pound because all pound crosses were very weak. Pound was very weak across the board. I started with pound Swiss. This one was most probably the easiest one to trade because the 200 moving average line is this perforated line that you see up here on the 1 hour chart. Price was below it. Price broke below the 21 moving average line, closed below the central pivot point. That was my trigger right there. Okay, so that was my trade. And then of course you're looking for support levels to exit a trade anywhere from S2, S3, and then we come into another day. Now most likely price will retrace up to the central pivot point again before heading south. That's if price continues to sell off on pound Swiss. So look for a retracement, look for a candlestick pattern on Thursday, and start looking for selling opportunities. As long as price stays below 21 moving average line and MACD indicator is below this histogram, most likely this is going to continue to sell off down to 125.50, 125.12. On the other hand, if it closes above 126.30, that means we'll have a deeper retracement and we may be looking for possible reversal. So we're not sure yet. We don't have enough information to determine if price is going to turn around and head north. Right now we're in a downtrend. The other thing I do is look at the 4 hour chart and notice that price is below the 221 moving average line on the 4 hour chart as well. So we have two time frames essentially telling us the same thing, that pound Swiss is in a downtrend. And as we know, price does not go up or down in a straight line, so anticipate some sort of retracement before the market goes down. The other trade was pound USD. Again, look for the crossover on MACD, the two lines of MACD crossing to downside, price closing below the central pivot point, and that's my second signal, and then price closing below the 21 moving average line, and here it also closed below the 200 moving average line, and market just completely sold off throughout the whole day. Now again, we're in a downtrend, but we have strong support levels from last week all the way down here. So expect price to possibly retrace to the 129.32, which is the central pivot point. That would be, if you're going to short, that would be an ideal area to take a short position and then target this level of support. Okay. The other one was pound Canadian dollar. And again, these are the things I look for. Price needs to be above or below the 21 moving average line. Price needs to be breaking above or below the central pivot point. Price was above the central pivot point throughout the Asian session, never gave it higher highs. It turned around, headed south, broke below the central pivot point, and then that was the sell-off. So that was the trade. I did not take this trade, but if I did, I would have probably exited at the 200 moving average line because that looks to be a natural support level. But again, looking for a break above or below the central pivot point, two lines of MACD crossing to the downside or upside, in this case to the downside, and price being below the 21 moving average line. So for this particular day, the market was in a downtrend. If we looked at Tuesday, the market was in an uptrend continuation from the previous week. You'll notice that price The MACD lines were above the histogram down here. Price was above the central pivot point, above the 21 moving average line, and then broke above the 200 moving average line, and then rallied. Okay, so essentially that's it. If you have any questions, if you'd like to know more how to trade the strategy or other strategies that we have, just go to our website, fx-northwest.com. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good week, and see you guys next time.